I went live and I was not ready. All right, there we go. So I see David in the chat. Is that may be all that's here? That's cool. Waiting for Eli. I'm not sure what's going on, but hopefully everything's okay. Yeah, seems to be working so far. Can you hear me, David? Oh, wanted to highlight this. Nothing to worry about. Guaranteed, no hot chicks. Just ugly middle-aged dudes. Hey, Trevor. All right, so the original idea of the stream was just Eli and I hanging out, showing newer stuff that we got and what we've been listening to. Hopefully Eli can join us, but if not, I guess we'll just fly solo on this one. So I'll just start showing stuff I wanted to show. I'll start off with my sole piece of vinyl. Get it out of the sleeve here. Very unprofessional. Mansion with Uncreation. This is a Finnish doom band. I've talked about them before. The concept is they are in a cult called Cantoism. Very, very strict old Christian cult from the 30s and the 40s, I believe, was kind of their heyday. Hard to get a hold of a lot of their stuff. Their last album, I still don't have a copy of it, even though it was on my top 10 of the year. But this was their debut EP, and it popped up on Discogs for kind of expensive, but I've been focusing more on going for stuff that I really want rather than buying 4 or 5 things I kind of want, if that makes any sense. So I just kind of wanted to show it's got a lot of like cool little inserts and whatnot in here. Little postcard of Mother Alma there. She's the main vocalist. We've got a little pamphlet here. Folds out into a poster. And then some lyrics on the back. And then this really tickled me. An application to join the Mansion congregation. You can fill in all your information there and send it in and be an official member. Just a little bit of it. It's got a dress code for all photos: black turtleneck or collared shirt, fully buttoned. No makeup or piercings, hair tied or combed down. No smiling. I fill in your name, accept one God, his son, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit in my heart and as a part of my life. I accept the teachings of the Holy Mother, Alma Cartano, as my divine guidance on this earthly path. I will join the congregation with the intention to leave my old life behind, etc., etc. So I thought that was pretty neat. I always like extras in the packaging, and especially stuff like this that really fits in with the concept of the band. So that was the first thing I'm going to show. Let's see what else. Oh, hey, Simon, what's going on? I know. It was in parentheses, but I did say in the thumbnail 0 hot chicks. So I was kind of trying to fool up people, but not really. Oh, thank you, David. Yeah, we'll give Eli a minute here to see what's going on. All right. Well, let's go to some 2024 releases here. Got a little stack. Actually, we'll start with the most boring, basic ones that everybody's shown 1,000 times. And I may have, I know I showed the Judas Priest. I don't know about, but Invincible Shield, the fancy deluxe Target exclusive that I had such a nightmare of a time getting. And then Bruce Dickinson, the Mandrake Project. These were interesting, and David, I enjoyed your reviews of them both. Initially, I liked this more right away on first listen, but this has really grown. Now I think this is kind of the superior album. One of the weird things about this is Eternity Has Failed. It was a Bruce written song, but they used it on Book of Souls, I believe, the Iron Maiden album. So, but it was always intended for this. So he recorded it on this. So I tend to like that song the most, I think, just because I'm more familiar with it, and I thought it was one of the highlights of that Iron Maiden album. But it just feels weird to have a song on there that I've already heard for years. But it was cool. Yeah, and then there's a comic book version of this that apparently there's a big concept that I'm not too familiar with what it's supposed to be. And the comic book would have added like $20-some to the price, and I knew it'd be something I'd read once, and then this odd-shaped package would be kind of floating around with not a real good place to store it. So I just went with the cheapo CD version. Oh, let's see. You know what? I'm going to break format here because I know Simon is a big fan of this project, and I wanted to share it with him. The second Kiska Somerville album, City of Heroes. Power metal, female vocals. I know that's right up Simon's alley. And I like this one better than the first one. There's Michael Kiska, of course, most famously of Halloween. And then Amanda Somerville. This one has more of Amanda on it. I've heard like some people complain that Michael's not in this one as much. He definitely kind of had the lead role in the first album, and I think she did on this one. I prefer this one. I think it's more cohesive as an album. I just like hearing her vocals, so that's part of it too. But yeah, for kind of AOR-ish power metal, I really do recommend this one. And Simon's into it. Let's go. So yeah, Simon, I'm sure you wouldn't like this. David, you might like this. I don't know. Trevor, I don't know if you're still there. Are you familiar with this project, or Michael Kiska or Amanda Somerville? Any? Sadly, no. And I don't really appreciate you speaking that way about my girlfriend Amanda. She's a classy lady, and the tits are just for me. They're not for the world. She's not that kind of girl. Dylan, hey, what's up? Thanks for coming, man. Appreciate it. Still not seeing where Eli is, but hey, we'll make do. All right, we'll go back to 2024 here. New Midnight, Hellish Expectations. One of my favorite bands, and this one did not disappoint. I like it quite a bit better than the last one. It's very short. It's like 25 minutes long, but every song's great. Right in that Midnight vein of, you know, kind of Slayer, or not Slayer, Venom, Motorhead type worship. Yeah, another solid Midnight album. If you like Midnight, you'll like this. And if you have not heard them, this would be a decent place to start. I mean, they don't have a lot of variation, but between albums, but just 10 great songs and super fun. I saw this one on Roger's stream. He'd shown this, The Deepening by Vemod something, on Prophecy Productions. This is a Norwegian band. They had one full length before this. It was like 10 years ago. And I guess it was quite different. I haven't heard it. I guess that was kind of more traditional black metal. This is more in the atmospheric, almost post-black metal vein at times. A lot of long tracks, kind of a little bit proggy, but just a great atmosphere to it. And yeah, really happy to pick that up, and I really like that cover as well. There is a expanded version that's about 3 times the price, that has a 16-minute bonus track. Ooh, that light is awful. There we go. And I would not recommend it. I've listened to it. It's more like an ambient, 16-minute ambient track. Not, to me, not worth extra money. But I understand if you're a sicko and you need to have it, because I'm like that with a lot of bands. I'll show something that I can't really say anything about yet. The new Coffins just came in. As you can see, still wrapped. Just got it yesterday. Haven't listened to it yet. Sinister Oath. This is on Relapse. So I'm sure a lot of people know Coffins. They're a Japanese death doom band. I just think they're fantastic. Every album, I like them all. And it'd been a while since the last one, so happy to see there's a new one coming out. They're always doing splits and whatnot, not to the level of like a Sabat or a Nunslaughter, but a lot of material coming out, but not a lot of full length. So looks like a demonic snail. Yeah, kind of, huh? There we go. Should have unwrapped it. That's making the glare even worse. But yeah, they've been around since I think the late '90s, so veterans at this point. Show a couple here. New Departure Chandelier, Satan Soldier of Fortune, Nuclear War Now. So this project is a collaboration between a couple guys from New York area bands, and then one of the guys from Akitsa, a Montreal black metal band. They've had 3 or 4 releases before this, spread over the last couple years. The strange thing about it is everything was recorded in 2010 and 2011, and out of that they've gotten a couple EPs, a demo, a full length, and also this kind of offshoot band, Venusberg Chamber, was also recorded in those sessions. Atlas of Dungeons. This came out last year, and I didn't know anything about it until the new Departure Chandelier came out. So this is actually a new recording. So I was a bit concerned that they couldn't capture the spirit of stuff they recorded so long ago. But it fits right in. It fits right in with the rest of the discography. So the concept of this is like Napoleonic history, Napoleon as the Antichrist. So their other full length, it was called Antichrist Rise to Power, and it's a picture of Napoleon. So that's kind of where they're coming from. Kind of a cool concept, different way to approach the standard black metal satanic stuff. So yeah, I would say Departure Chandelier, high recommendation. It is definitely raw black metal, but you can hear everything. It does sound like it was recorded like in a moldy basement on a 4-track, which, who knows, it may have been. But definitely not one of those projects that just hurts your ears to try to decipher what's going on. You can hear everything. A lot of kind of key/choir effects on this one that really kind of add to like the grandiose nature of it. And the main difference between that and Venusberg Cardinal is it's a bit more stripped down. There's not those kind of accoutrements like the choirs and the keyboards until the end. But both of them definitely worthy of getting. And this is a new one. I didn't order from Nuclear War Now in a while, but this came in there. I don't know if they had some kind of problems with people pulling the wrong orders, but now you get a card in there saying who pulled your order and that it was checked. And Yasuke himself checked it. So I thought that was kind of neat. I'm sure everyone has seen that Nuclear War Now is building a pressing plant and kind of is having an ongoing fundraiser for that. And as part of that, they were having a sale, just trying to raise money. So I bought a few things and probably going to end up donating or buying one of the special LPs that they're only doing for this. Because I think it's super cool that an indie of that level is sinking hundreds of thousands of dollars into a pressing plant, basically just dedicated to, smaller labels, extreme music. So hope it works out for them and hope they do well with it. All right. I keep ignoring the chat, and that was the whole point of this new setup here. Okay, let's see. Like the art on that one with the butt. Finally some flesh. Oh man, I was gonna pull some freaking sleeves and I forgot. I might have to do that later. Hey, Trevor. What's up, man? Yeah, so as you can tell, I'm not in the basement for this one. I wanted to have the laptop, and then I just started babbling and then didn't even pay attention to the chat, which is the whole point of being up here. But I was able to get goddamn mirroring, was able to use one of my 1,000 flags that I don't use. So I hung up the Nocturnal Mortem flag from the Two Lunar Poetry box set. So finally some flesh. That's right, man. New comments. Okay. John, hey, thanks, man. Thanks for coming. How's the mother-in-law? You trying to start something? All right. One more 2024 release I hadn't talked about yet is Lords of Black, Mechanics of Predacy. I feel kind of dumb because I do not know what that word means, and I probably should look it up if I didn't know. So this is a Spanish-based band led by Tony Hernando, the guitarist. He writes the music, and probably the most famous member is Ronnie Romero, who I can't even keep track of all the bands he's in. He sings for Rainbow now. I believe he sings in MSG. He's got a ton of his own projects. He's got a solo project, but just a great singer. Imagine he can do like a kind of a Dio type vocal, but it doesn't sound like a copy, which is really hard to do. Has a great bluesy voice when he wants to use it. Great shrieks. Really one of the most talented vocalists I think out there right now. I'm a fan of this band. This one, I'm not so sure on yet. I'm still within the first 10 spins. It is growing on me, but it doesn't grab me right away like some of their other ones have. But I'll keep working on it. They deserve the benefit of the doubt. All right, so that's that. Let's see, man. Predacity. Okay, is that related to being a predator? I would assume. Thanks, man. I only have to do about 15 more of these to cycle through and at least display all my flags and not leave them all folded up. All right. Let's go non-metal here for a second. All right. Just picked this up because I'm a sicko. Dire Straits Live, 78 to 1992. It's an 8-disc set. So when I heard about this, I was very excited. And then when I saw what was in it, I was a little bit less excited because, there we go. It's the Alchemy live album, On the Night live album, Encore's EP, Live at the BBC, and then Live at the Rainbow, which is the only thing that was really unreleased. So basically I had all but 2 of these discs. But there's a few extra songs added to Alchemy, a few extra songs added to On the Night. And I was looking around and I found it for a really good price, so I decided to pull the trigger on it. Dire Straits is one of those bands that I think a lot of their stuff is genius, and then they'll turn around and do something I absolutely hate. So it's kind of strange. There's almost no middle ground there for me. But I like more than I don't. So had to get this one. It's like a clamshell deal. Nothing too fancy. There's a book with an essay in there. These art cards, which, I mean, I don't know. What do you do with these? It's just the album covers. There's nothing on the back. I don't know. I guess they're neat. And then the discs all come in like the vinyl replica sleeves, I guess. They are kind of sturdy. A lot of times these are just super flimsy, but they're kind of sturdy, and a lot of them are gatefold type deal. Oh, this one actually has a book in it too. So yeah, any Dire Straits fans out there? I know, Simon, you're gonna make fun of me, but they're one of those bands that can get me in the feels a lot of times. Romeo and Juliet is a great one. Tunnel of Love, Telegraph Road is my absolute favorite. Just kind of an epic song about kind of a explorer or pioneer or something stopping at this crossroads and deciding this is where he was going to build his town, and then then kind of fast forwarding to I'm trying to remember the lyrics. then came the lawyers, then came the teachers, then came the schools, then came the rules, and then urban decay and sadness and suffering, kind of in the Bruce Springsteen vein, I guess I would say on that. But yeah, happy to have that great live band, and yeah, I'm trying not to rebuy shit like that, but the price was too good, and there was enough extra shit in there that I thought it was worth it. Free is always a good thing. I agree, Dylan. I agree. He's I was listening to the Live at the BBC disc first, which is recorded in '78, I believe, right around the time of the first album. And it never had struck me before, I guess, as a conscious thought. The guitar is really like the chorus. Like there's kind of a chorus, like in Sultans of Swing, there's kind of a chorus, but the real hook is kind of the guitar work after that. Just such a strange band to kind of make it at that time, like in the late '70s. I don't know who else was playing music like that. And I don't know. I think it's heaps above kind of like the punk scene there at the time. But, you know, I am a Sex Pistols disrespecter, so that's just me. Multitasking, watching boxing. All right. Oh yeah. I see. Sorry, going back through the chat here, Trevor. Yeah, I am too. I've heard a lot of crying about it. I've heard a lot of crying because the dreaded term AI was being used. From I watched the whole video talking about the making of this, and from what I can gather, the AI was used to kind of repair the tapes, because a lot of this was recorded like in the late '70s or early '80s, and the tapes were deteriorating, and you bake the tapes and try to save them, but some things are lost. So they used the AI to kind of fill in the gaps of what they knew should have been there. I don't know, man. The way I look at it, Blue Oyster Cult's not going to do another album of original material, so I would rather have this kind of like what they have left in the closet than have nothing. I think it's neat, and I really like Richie Castellano, the new guitar player who's been with them for 20 years, but he's also a producer and a real tech guy, and he seems to be really spearheading this, and I trust what he's doing. So that I'm looking forward to it. Bar fight. Yeah, I never have seen him. I never saw him. One of these times I'm gonna get out and see Mark Knopfler. I mean, he's just too good to not see. It's just one of those things that it's not in my wheelhouse. So, I mean, of like things I usually follow. So sometimes I'll see that he's already toured and I was unaware of it, because the things I follow aren't going to tell me when Mark Knopfler's touring. But all right, let's keep going here. Oh, here's a super weird one. I looked for information on this and I couldn't find it. So I'm curious if anyone has seen it. It's called the Swedish Death Metal Mix. Here's the cover. I got this free in a Hell's Headbangers order. Obviously a bootleg. It's from supposedly something called Swirl of Gore Records. And that's super, super small print. I'm sure you can't see it. But basically, we've got 3 songs from like an Ever-Flowing Stream, a song from a Carbonized album. There's nothing unreleased or rare on here. We've got 3 Entombed songs from Left Hand Path, a Nihilist demo song, etc. I don't know. I tried looking it up, and then it's not on Discogs. I just did a random Google search. I couldn't find this. I don't know where this came from. I don't know. Maybe Hell's Headbangers got it somehow and didn't know what it was either, so just chucked it in my order. I don't know. Kind of neat, though. I don't know when I would ever play it, because anything I want to hear on here, I already have the albums, but kind of a neat little obscurity. All right. let's get to some metal here. All right, I'm gonna show my shame here. I'm only here because of Eli. Well, I mean, Simon, I don't know what to tell you. Eli, he turned his back on the fans, and just like someone turned their back on me. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I don't know. Hope Eli's okay. He just asked me yesterday to make sure he had the time right, but I don't know. We'll see. Left hand fab. Yeah, cancel Eli. Okay. So I have had this for a few years and actually had never unwrapped it. I've heard Morbid saying, of course. This is the 2016 reissue of Spectrum of Death. It's got the black tape demo on it from '92, the Destruction System album, which I think was '93, and then 4 new recordings from 2010 through 2011. I wish I had heard this back when it was released because it probably would have been my favorite album. Just yeah, super fun, kind of Slayer-esque thrash. Especially yeah, the original album. They did kind of get into more of a kind of a groove direction in the later material. As you can see from the name of their '92 demo was the Black Tape, meant to be kind of a takeoff on the Black Album. But you know, it was the '90s. Thrash was kind of not happening anymore, so they were going where they thought they could go, and didn't really work out. But yeah, super fun. I'm not so into thrash nowadays, so I'm not sure how many spins this is going to get. But I'm glad to have it, and it's definitely worth listening to if you haven't heard it. I've seen a lot of people show it, so I don't. This is not. Everybody's probably more familiar with this than me. I've just heard like songs here and there over the years, but glad to have it. And apparently, the new one is good. I saw Roger show it and was talking about it, and he said it's worth hearing. Oh, you like Destruction System more, huh? Okay. You know, I didn't pay as much attention to that, actually. I wasn't quite as dialed in while that was on, so maybe I need to go back and give it another spin there. Oh yeah, man. John, when did you get any sleep? You were on that stream last night too. Holy crap. Yeah, I don't know. Hey Jason. How's it going, man? Thanks for coming. 5 hours. I was on Jeff's stream last night for his birthday, and it was cool. I'm super glad that I did it, but you know, I just want to say hi to Jeff and say happy birthday and whatnot. But man, 10 people on at once, that's rough. I don't know. I might, out of those 2 hours I was on, I might have talked 3 minutes, and even like trying to chime in on things that would be like inevitably with 10 people when you're chiming in someone else's. So I don't think anyone even heard me. Oh, just got a message from Eli. Sorry, let me see what's going on. Oh, he just woke up. He took a nap, so he'll be on in a minute. No one tell him we were burying him and suggesting he be canceled. He'll never watch us back. He'll never know. Jeff was still going when I woke up. Yeah, I saw it was like 8 hours, something like that. When it started, I think there were 4 people to start, and I was like, I'll wait and see. Jump in when it's a little less crowded, and then it was 5 people, then it was 6 people, then it was 8 people, and then it was 10, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna wait around all night. And then I tried to get in. I didn't know 10 was the maximum, so then I had to wait around, and then I felt bad because there were other people that wanted to get on, and I was just sitting there not saying anything. So yeah, I don't know. I think those huge streams are not for me, but did the first hour and a half. I must work on my assertiveness. Yeah. I'm just a polite boy. I'm a nice polite boy, and I didn't want to step on anybody, and yeah, it was fun though. I wouldn't even stay up to watch. Yeah, you're gonna tell. What are you gonna tell? Oh, about Eli. He won't believe you, Simon. He knows what kind of person you are. All right. Well, we'll wait for Eli to get here, but in the meantime, we'll buzz through some more stuff. Let's see if there's anything I really want Eli here for to talk about. Yeah, he won't care about this, and probably no one else will either. But I'm continuing my Bob Dylan journey, Planet Waves from '74. Yeah, '74. So this is one I knew I wanted because the band is his backing band on this one. They don't write any of the material. It's still all Bob, but just listening to it, you can hear it's the band, especially like Garth Hudson's organs are very, very distinctive. So the songs on here, there's two versions of Forever Young. That's probably the songs that most people would know from this. But yeah, very glad to have it. Bob Dylan's a nice palate cleanser. A lot. I mean, I always have it at the ready, and after 2 to 5 hours of extreme metal and screaming at me, it's nice to just kind of chill out with some Bob Dylan. So here's that one. This is Dylan box set of all those. Man, I saw that. It's crazy expensive now, isn't it? I mean, it's huge, so it would have been expensive at the time, but I think it's gone up quite a bit. Do I have all the Bob Dylan yet? I do not. There are some gaps. I haven't officially made a list of what I still need. I'm probably missing five, 6, 7 of the studio albums, and then there's all those bootleg box sets that, like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I have enough years left before I'm in a grave that I'm gonna get to all those, but we'll see. Do I have a fave album and era? Let's see. Strangely, I really liked the early acoustic stuff, which I know other Dylan fans actually don't like very much. I do prefer that to like the Blonde on Blonde era, which most people think is kind of where it's at with Bob Dylan. I really like that early acoustic stuff. I think that's really great. Steve at All the World's a Stage, his favorite, I think, is Infidels, which is a later one, like from I think the early 80s, which he actually sent to me. I'm just kind of I'm working kind of in order of what I have. Obviously, I don't have it. I just skip over it. But yeah, excited to get to those. The Basement Tapes, I know. Well, one of the things that I read about the Basement Tapes is the original release is considered kind of fake, that about a third of them aren't really basement tapes. They're just like stuff the band did and then put on there because they didn't think there was enough releasable material on the actual basement tapes. And then they finally did release the actual basement tapes, and it's a huge box set. And then I think there's a 2-disc like best of that. So I don't know. I want those fake the band songs too. So I don't have either version yet. I might end up buying both versions. Yeah, he's got so much material, it's crazy. That's one of those guys that there's so much material, it's just hard to even know where to start. Oh, sorry. Eli's just messaging me here. Okay. Right. I'm not miserable enough to collect them. There's some fun stuff on there. It's not all sadness. There's some silly songs on there too. The infamous concert, Dylan and the band. I don't know. Was that considered a bad tour? I don't know. The next thing I have to listen to is the live album from that tour, but I didn't know that was considered a bad tour. Oh, yes, John. It's called Biograph. I do have that. I picked it up super cheap. They printed 1 million of them, so I think I got mine for like $10. So I'm sure you could snag that cheap somewhere. Let's see if I missed anything back here. Sorry, guys. I'm new to this whole chat deal. I really need like a a staff. I need a girl here, preferably about 22 years old, with D cups, wearing a bikini, and then she can run the chat for me, and then bring up anything that needs my attention. Okay, so Eli, I think, is gonna jump in here in a minute. Let's see. Okay, he said he'll be right here. So 10 bucks in the hole. One thing. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of vamping a little bit till Eli gets here. He said he's coming right on. The song "The Man in Me." No jokes about that. It's in the Big Lebowski, and Dylan's kind of doing a different vocal approach on that one, and I never knew it was Bob Dylan. So I was listening to New Morning, and then that song came on. I love that song. I just, for whatever reason, I'd never looked to see who did it, or if I did and I forgot. So that came on. I was like, oh, holy shit! This song is awesome. If you remember the movie, it's during his dream where he's flying over the city, and then he looks and he's got a bowling ball in his hand, and then he falls. If she was there, why would we want to watch you? I wouldn't show her. She'd be just for me, for inspiration. I might start a Patreon, and then that would give you a second camera feed that you could look at her a little bit, which honestly would be a better deal than most of the Patreons I see. Oh, we can't go down that road. People get their feelings hurt. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Simon. I'm sorry I haven't had a wrestling response. I've kind of been working on it, but I've got some props that I have but need to find. So you'll just have to wait. I don't know that song got a motorcycle accident that changed his voice. Yeah, the Nashville Skyline album. It's not one I have, but I've heard some off it. Yeah, it does not sound like what you think Bob Dylan would sound like at all. And I guess people were not happy about it. He did kind of get back to the more nasally approach, I guess, that he's known for, and that people either love or hate. My own Vanna. That's right. All right, Eli, come on, bro. Save us, Eli. You know what? I was mad at first, but now I'm like, yeah, Eli, save me. I don't know what to do. Sweet Home Areola. There we go. Yeah, I've heard that Johnny Cash duet. Yeah, it's fun. Yep, I definitely need to get a copy of Nashville Skyline eventually. No hurry though. I've got 20 to 30 more albums to listen to, and I'm kind of taking my time with them, and I'm not just blowing through them. All right, let's see what else we got. Oh, David, you want to come on? Okay, cool. Let's see. Let me invite. Okay. I'll just put it down here. Don't worry, Simon. I will not. Eli made a video about that a while ago, that there were definitely some hurt feelings. But if you know what he said, I pretty much agree with him. I have not, Trevor, have not pre-ordered that new Crucifier. I have not heard any songs off it either, so, but definitely something I need to be aware of. Oh, here we go.
Did it work?
It worked. How's it going?
Good. You can see I'm all in my little granny covers. It's cold here.
Cold? What is it? Frickin' 65?
Yeah, something like that. It's been rainy here, so I'm all. I wonder if I can. Can you see my dog? She's like, see her sitting there? Can you see her? She's all wrapped up.
Oh, yep. Oh,
I know. Pipe is probably like, I want to murder that dog.
No, she's a sweetheart.
Yeah, she is. So yeah, I haven't showered today, so my hair's everything's like crazy.
That's
So
all
I
right.
wanted to talk about this. I've been reading this magazine, and wow, is it good? Totally off topic.
Oh no, no problem.
It's an art magazine, and in this magazine, they featured two artists from the 1900s, like 1900 and 1910, and they go through their careers with like full page like art in it. It's so good. So the first one, this guy was the illustrator for all the Oz books. And the funniest thing is that all of those books, including all of his art, are available on Project Gutenberg for free. All right, I can jump off now. Bye.
Okay. You don't have to go. You can stay if you want.
No, I was just filling in space.
All right, I appreciate it, man.
Out?
Thank you.
How do I get out? Make me go.
Oh, I forgot I'm in charge. All right.
Oh no.
Bye.
What just happened?
Hey, what's going on, man?
I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
So I got a new phone over the weekend. This is the first time I ever set an alarm, and it's already failed me. So.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I was taking a nap. What just happened? Why did you? Who just left?
Oh, that was David Garage Geek. He sensed me drowning and said, "Well, hey, just add me until Eli gets here." So
he could have
somebody to talk to.
He could have stayed.
That's what I said, but he didn't want to. So.
Oh, okay. Well, shit.
Yeah, Simon is happy. He was saying, "Eli, save us."
Oh, no. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. Jesus.
It's all right. It's all right.
I've never woke up in a panic on a weekend before. That was crazy. I felt like I'd slept in at work, I was like, fuck.
Right. No, who cares? It's just supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
No big deal, no pressure.
You guys were having fun for the last while.
Well, yeah, I can't speak for the chat, but I was talking, so something was going on.
Yeah. Are you in a different room or something? Where are you at?
Yeah, I'm upstairs in where the desktop is, so I could look at the chat.
Oh, okay.
And also it gave me an opportunity to fucking mirroring to set up the flag back there. Since I've got so many flags that are just sitting in boxes, I thought it'd be a fun way to show them.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Oh, Pie Face is trying to start something.
Uh-oh. Already? Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to write me up first. Jeez, you can't just fire me on the first time.
Yeah, he's just trying to stir up trouble.
I'm okay with that.
So how's it going?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. I'm having a pretty good weekend. I just saw last night. I saw that movie Late Night with the Devil.
I have no idea what that is.
No. Oh shit. It's getting a lot of hype. It's crazy. It's a horror movie. It's got a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh wow!
And I thought it was pretty awesome. It's about like this. It's I don't know how you feel about these kinds of movies. I'm kind of a sucker for them, but it's like one of those like 70s retro throwback type movies. Done really well though. It's about this guy he's like a talk show host in the 70s. He's like the main competition with for Johnny Carson, and his career's kind of going downhill. He's trying to save it, and he ends up having like this some lady on who may have connections with like Satan or whatever, and then some shit just goes badly on air, and I thought it was pretty cool. It's just a nice like 70s retro throwback kind of like Exorcist type movie. It was pretty awesome.
Okay, that I do remember now. The talk show aspect reminded me. I haven't heard of it.
Yeah. If you like movies like those, what that one movie that Ty West did and stuff like that. I think you saw that one. Something about the devil. I don't know. If you like those kinds of movies, it's
House of the Devil.
Is that called House of the Devil? Yeah, the one with like the babysitter and stuff.
Yeah.
Similar to that. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I would definitely check that out.
Yeah, pretty awesome. And I was supposed to see Godzilla versus X Kong today, but I didn't feel like it.
Simon had a question for me here. How many floors do I got in my mansion?
Oh yeah, 10.
When you reach a certain level of wealth, it's just even rude to talk about.
Well, I don't even think is the answer to that.
Yeah, I mean they're still building, so who knows?
Yeah, there's so many that you can't keep track. Probably 10, 15 at least.
Yeah. I feel bad. I want all those guys to have a job. So
yeah, I know I have at least 8 or 9 floors. So you have more than that.
Well, I mean, yeah, with all the millions I made in wrestling, I have a little bit more disposable income, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It streams on Shudder April 19th. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll check it out then.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta say that the Rotten Tomatoes score blew me away. It's just weird. Like horror movies never get that, they never get it had a 97 critic, 82% audience score, but really good.
What's it called again? Late Night with the Devil?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Jason
it was cool. It was filmed in a 4:3 aspect ratio, so even at the theater, you watched it in the right aspect ratio, and
that's
it was
awesome.
Cool. Yeah. I can't wait to see if Red Letter Media guys talk about it.
What was that movie? Was it Censor?
Censor, yeah.
I liked it. Where the aspect ratio just kept slowly shrinking as it got to the end.
Was that the one
till it was in 4:3?
I have that on Blu-ray. Was that the one with the British chick who she works for the censor? Yeah. Did it do that? I can't remember. I can't remember.
I think it was that movie. Yeah, it was really.
Okay.
I think it was so slow you don't even notice it until
later. Oh, okay.
Like, what happened to the picture?
Oh shit! I don't even think I watched that, and I don't even think I noticed. I like that movie a lot, though.
I'm thinking of upsizing, getting locked up. 3 hots in a cot, man. Sometimes you got to do it. Went to see Godzilla versus Kong IMAX or 25 plus fees. Holy shit. Yeah. Dude, I paid less than that to see the Taylor Swift movie.
Yeah.
Whoops, was I not supposed to say that?
IMAX tickets are expensive. I've never been to we have an IMAX screen here. I have still yet to go to one. I don't know what my problem. I heard it's awesome to see IMAX movies, but
yeah, we saw Taylor Swift in IMAX. I think it was about that, probably 25, something like that.
I heard it's really fun, but I just have never. I don't know what my deal is. I've never gone
to IMAX.
Yeah,
I've only gone to I saw Watchmen in IMAX, and it was just like too much.
Yeah, it's just all it is a giant ass screen, right?
Yeah,
it's just huge.
But for like a concert movie, like I saw the Metallica concert movie,
yeah,
and then the Taylor Swift one. It's I think it's cool for that. It's a bit more of a. It makes you feel a bit more like you're watching a live show.
I could picture that. Yeah.
Last movie. Okay, Trevor needs some recommendations. Last movie he enjoyed was Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
That's a great movie.
That is a great movie.
Underrated for sure.
Well, I did pull out some movies. I don't know. This isn't really horror or anything related, but I just watched this. Have you seen it?
No.
So it's not that original of a plot. It's basically every movie where the nerd pays the hot girl to be his girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
The twist in this is it's the parents that.
Yeah. Oh, I heard about that. I think they talked about that in Red Letter Media, I think.
Oh yeah. Okay. It's fun. It's just a fun comedy, a little bit dirty.
Okay.
But ultimately kind of sweet. And Jennifer Lawrence is fully nude in this. It is not erotic at all.
Wow.
There's a scene where they're skinny dipping and then some local punks steal their clothes.
Oh,
and
God.
she just charges out of the water naked and beats the shit out of them. Pretty funny.
That's amazing. I've actually heard that's pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is, and it gets kind of sappy and sentimental, but
I would say for Fumes of Hatred, if you haven't just going off the one movie you named, I would recommend Renfield.
Oh yeah, I didn't respond to your review, but I saw that I really like that. And
I would say if he liked Tucker and Dale, I think he would like Renfield too, because it's very good horror comedy for sure. That movie had me laughing my ass off. Really it had a kind of that early I was getting vibes of those early 2000 kind of the last stretch of great comedy kind of vibes. I was getting old kind of I don't know, like early Steve Carell vibes, that kind of thing. Like I was
Okay.
getting, I don't know. That's what it reminded me of. I've also not seen a comedy in a long time, but I was just laughing my ass off. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom, hi Tom, thanks for coming. He
Tom.
says, sounds like Can't Buy Me Love. Yeah, I mean it's
Tom's great.
There's been probably 50 versions of this story.
Oh yeah.
But it was fun. I mean, good actors, a lot of good jokes.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Kind of a fun movie to watch with the wife.
Very bloody, very violent, and yeah. But and the jokes were just so well written, and Nicolas Cage was just so fucking funny as a Dracula.
Why do people hate that Aquafina girl? I don't know. I've only ever
I thought
seen
she
her
was great. I thought she was amazing. I don't know. I guess she's really outspoken. From what I remember hearing, I guess she's said some shit. I don't know if it's so much her acting, but I think she said some shit that has rubbed people the wrong way.
Oh, okay.
But
so in other words, I probably don't want to know. Who cares?
Yeah, probably not. But yeah, I the same as you. I heard people like, "Oh, she's just such a terrible actress." I thought she was awesome.
I thought she was funny. Yeah.
Yeah, she was hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any good horror movies. I mean, you'd be better at it than me. I'm kind of out of the loop now. I did just get copies of Beyond the Black Rainbow and Mandy.
Oh, you got.
I'm
Beyond
sure
the Black
most people
Rainbow.
have seen those.
Yeah, dude. I'm curious to see hear your thoughts on Beyond the Black Rainbow.
Oh, I love it. I've already seen it.
You watched it? Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I think it's amazing.
I need to watch. I haven't watched the Blu-ray yet. When I watched it, it was on like Tubi and it had ads in it. I think breaking up that atmosphere, I think makes it lose something. I'm really looking forward to just watching it straight through. And it's
such a like hypnotic.
You're never coming up for air. It's just you're caught in this world. I think that'd be really neat.
Dude, I will say that I don't know. What do you think about the ending though? A little strange ending.
Yeah, I don't know. It worked for me.
Yeah. Same here. I'm the type of person, like if I enjoy the first 95% of the movie, I'm gonna totally let maybe a iffy ending slide. I'm gonna go, okay, I just enjoyed 95% of it. But had you already seen Mandy before? Or
yeah.
Okay, Mandy's
I'd
amazing.
seen it. I just didn't have a copy of it.
Dude, yeah. I'm so on board with that director. I cannot wait to see what he does next.
Yeah, he did an episode of that Guillermo del Toro show that was on Netflix.
Yeah, I still need to see that.
Yeah, his episode is really good.
I think he is.
It's Netflix, so you can't actually buy it. You just gotta sign up and.
I know.
Sign your life away.
Yeah, I know. I want to own that, but I don't know if they're ever gonna release it.
I don't. Yeah, they still haven't. I'm dying for release of Midnight Mass, but who knows?
Yeah,
Sounds like it's not happening.
Yeah, I guess
to the point where Cabinet of Curiosities.
Yeah.
I was looking up Bad Biology, Trevor, because I think I have seen it, but I don't remember because I'm a decrepit old man who probably drinks too much.
I haven't seen it either. Yeah.
Produced by R.A. the Rugged Man. Okay. Who? Oh, it's a Frank Henenlotter movie.
Oh shit! Sign me up then.
2008.
I thought it sounded familiar.
Dude, I swear I must have seen this, but I can't. Maybe I haven't.
I didn't know Henenlotter had done stuff that recently.
Yeah.
2008.
I gotta check. I definitely gotta fire it up because
Yeah.
I do not. This does not seem familiar to me.
I want to say I've heard of it, but I could be wrong.
Oh, hey, thanks, Dylan. I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming, man. I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, I know you're trying to multitask. It's hard to
do. Man, I came up here specifically so that I could work the chat, and then I just started babbling, and then I ignored the chat again. I was like, "What the fuck? Come on!"
It's hard to do. Yeah, it's so hard to do.
So I proposed to the chat that I was going to hire a hot chick in a bikini to run the chat for me.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
And then, but she would not be on camera unless you join my Patreon, and then you could have the ultimate feed.
Yeah, come on. I mean, we should be getting paid for doing stuff that, that requires no effort at all.
That's right. To just shoot your mouth off about dumb shit you bought. We should be getting money for that.
My ego, lines up with shit like that for sure.
So I hope I didn't bring any heat down on you. Because when I said that, I was like, maybe I should stop because people get their feelings hurt. And I did mention that you hurt some feelings. So
I still stand by what I said.
Yeah, you didn't say anything wrong.
I did backtrack a tad, not much though.
Yeah.
I still stand by 95% of what I said. Dude, are you serious? You can't make that up.
Okay. I don't think I've seen it. I remember hearing about it from like horror
that's got to be a
podcasts.
trauma. That's got to be a trauma film. First of all,
it sounds like it should be, but yeah, I don't know.
If that's not a trauma film, I'm gonna yeah. At least that's how I remember it. I think I don't know how you could remember that wrong. Scott, that sounds up your alley for sure, though.
It does, yeah. Yeah. She might end up in one of my thumbnails.
Yeah, she should.
And you know, everybody knows this, but I just rewatched it. Holy fucking shit.
So fucking good.
So great.
So good.
And since my mind is deteriorating, it'd been so long since I watched this, I was actually surprised again at certain things.
Yeah.
I didn't remember what happened.
Well, it's pretty it's pretty deep. Man, it's goddamn that was, as far as like TV shows, that's one of the best things I've seen in years, because I only just watched that like a year or two ago and just blew my mind. The fucking Woody Harrelson and McConaughey's performances are just 10 out of 10 stellar.
Yep.
You know, if you've ever doubted Matthew McConaughey, you need to watch that show and it'll change your mind. He is a fantastic actor.
Yeah, I know there are a lot of people who don't like him for whatever reason, but
I've always liked him. I mean, I know dude, look at the man. Of course he's gonna take some like romantic comedy type shit roles. You know, like
right.
He's just too good looking to not and everyone likes money. I'm sure he's done some shit for money. I don't hold him against that. But when he gives like a serious performance, he's as good as anyone out there.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, you can tell when it's something he cares about. Like what was the AIDS movie? Dallas Buyers Club.
Oh yeah, I heard that's great.
Where he lost so much weight he looked like a skeleton. I mean, what commitment.
Yeah.
And then he was in Wolf of Wall Street right after that, and he wasn't quite all the way back, and it was just like, oh my God, what's wrong with him?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that when he cares, that's what happens.
Yeah. And Woody, I've always been a fan of Woody. You mentioned that, and I don't have it within reach, but there's a movie I'd wanted to see it. I just bought it. It's called Defender. Have you ever seen that with Woody Harrelson?
No.
It's from like 2009, I think. It's like a superhero movie. It's like it's kind of like one of those movies where he's a normal guy and he tries to be a superhero. It's supposed to be like a really dark kind of action comedy. Supposedly really good. Sandra Oh is in it, and yeah, I picked that up. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm really excited to see it. But that True Detective show, man. Yeah.
Have you watched the new season?
No, I want to watch all. I've only seen that season 2. I want to watch the rest now that I'm like into it.
Oh, that's cool. That's funny.
I want to start with the first one and go back.
Wow. I don't know if you can see the chat, but Tom said.
I only see the stuff that you highlight.
Okay. Yeah,
that's fucking cool.
Reenactment.
Wow, I need to see that. He had to been young.
Jeez, what did I see when Lost was kind of just on the air, and Evangeline Lilly was, that was kind of her first big thing. Okay. And I remember within months of that flipping around, and she was like on a phone sex commercial at like 3 a.m.
That's not a good sign for your career, I don't think. If that's
I mean, I'm sure that was who knows
prior.
When she filmed that, but they were still running it while she was on Lost.
Oh, much to her dismay, I'm sure.
Yep.
Gotta pay the bills.
Get it for sure. Well, True Detective season 4. Season 3 is really good. I really recommend it.
Which one is who's in season 3?
Mahershala Ali and Stephen Dorff.
Oh, okay. I like Stephen Dorff.
It's kind of more in structure-wise, more in the vein of the first season, in that it's like 3 different time periods, and but one case, and you know, 2 cops as they are in.
And I really want to see
stages.
season 2, because season 2 has Vince Vaughn, right?
Yeah, season 2 is quite different. I liked it, but I can see why people were disappointed, I guess.
Okay. I really like Vince Vaughn, so I'd like to see him in that.
I was excited for season 4 until I did some reading and then found out Nick Pizzolatto has nothing to do with it.
Oh, okay.
Apparently he gets his producer credit, and then HBO can do whatever the fuck they want.
Oh, it's one of those things. Yeah. I do love Jodie Foster, but yeah, we'll see.
The things I've read are everyone says Jodie Foster's good, but everything else is kind of.
I've always had a soft spot for her because I grew up with Silence of the Lambs, so I've just always loved her.
Yeah, and why I don't want to watch it anymore is it has become one of those shows that whether you like it or not determines who you vote for and if you hate women or not. And so I was like, fuck it, I ain't watching.
So if you say you like it, people are going to trash on you. If you say you don't like it, people are going to trash on you.
If you like it, you're a woke libtard. If you don't like it, you hate women and you're a MAGA chud. So I just won't watch it.
Yeah. I might watch it eventually.
Whenever that happens, it makes me just think, oh, this must not be very good if that's the tact we're going. So
yeah. But man, that season 3, just a total gem. When I bought that box set, I couldn't put it down. I couldn't stop watching it. I just I was so fucking hooked. I watched that whole season, and really, I think in 2 days.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop.
Yeah, you got some. Well, we're supposed to show stuff we bought. You got some stuff you want to show?
I got a good stack of music here. Yeah, I got probably
okay, cool.
I got probably 20 CDs or so.
All right, yeah, go blow through some. I've already shown quite a bit. So
how many do you want me to do at once? I got like I said, I got about probably 20.
How about 5?
Okay, cool. No order particularly. We'll just start. Yeah. So I've wanted to own this album for a while. It's a cool kind of 90s curiosity. Got Old Lady Drivers with Low Flux Tube. Earache Records, 1991. So yeah, this band, everyone knows who they are if you've been to old Earache stuff. They started out a grindcore band, and on their first album, and I'll admit I'm not an expert on this band at all. This is not grindcore so much. This is like really cool, like industrial metal, like Godflesh type stuff. I'm not a huge grind guy, so I prefer this album to all their other stuff. Just really cool. I don't know, just really cool industrial, I guess industrial metal you could call it. I don't know.
Okay.
It's really, really experimental, just really awesome, I think. Yeah, and I'm not a industrial expert by any means or experimental type music, but I think it's awesome. Then I got I'm kind of digging a lot of brutal death metal stuff these last couple years. So I got kind of an all-time classic of the genre, Disgorge, Chile Gutted. For second, I think it was their second album from 1999, Unique Leader Records. Brutal death metal. Brutal death, second or third wave or whatever you want to call it, brutal death metal. It's just this is one of those albums that every brutal death metal fan worships. And
well, Simon will be happy because there's finally some tits on this show.
Yeah, there's some tits on there. Maybe not what you would want, but there's tits for sure. Then I got a band, Scott. I doubt you're probably. I don't know if you like this band or not. I know we'll probably both agree on the hype that this band has had, but they've kept the hype for a long time, and I think they pretty much typically live up to it. But it's the last thing that the Wolves in the Throne Room have done. What do you think about this band?
I generally have a favorable opinion about them. I guess I've only got a couple things. They're not really. Okay. They're not. They've never really grabbed me that much, but I've heard a lot of good things about that EP.
Yeah, Relapse Records from last year, I think. Yeah. So it's an EP. I kind of fell off the train with this band. Like I'd really liked Honestly, I've really liked everything I've ever heard from them. Like Two Hunters was the album that kind of brought them a lot of attention back in 2008 or something like that.
Yeah.
Fantastic album. So yeah, I haven't bought the last few things they've done, but every time I listen to them, I'm just like, man, I mean, hype or not, they are just a really fucking good black metal band. Then I got a 2024 release. I've always said I'm a big Asheron fan. So I picked up the Vincent Crowley solo album, second solo album that he's done, Anthology of Horror. I didn't buy the last one. I never did hear it. But this is awesome. This pretty much sounds like where Asheron left off, if you like that last album they did.
Okay.
So all the songs are based on like horror movies and horror literature and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, if you like that last Asheron album, this is pretty kick-ass. Hammerheart Records.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm still kind of delving into it, but it's fucking pretty awesome. And one more thing, I'm sure Scott, you have this new Midnight album.
Yep, I already showed it.
Okay, yeah, it's what
do you think?
It's absolutely killer. I really liked the album he did, the last album, quite a bit. So I'm not sure where I would rank this yet, among the Midnight stuff, but I would say if you like Midnight, it's basically it's a 10 out of 10 Midnight album.
Yeah, I agree. I like it. I like it quite a bit more than the last one. The last one was
okay.
If I had to rank them, would be last for me. I still liked it, but
for me, the last one I liked a little bit more than the previous two.
Oh, okay.
And I got to show this because how awesome is that
picture?
Yeah, I'm still soaking it in, but yeah, I like it a lot. I can see myself. It's going to get a lot of repeat plays this year. That guy is just one of the best in metal,
Yeah, he. I don't know where I saw it. I swear I saw it written down somewhere. Now I can't find it. That this was recorded in 2021.
Oh, okay.
He has just 3 or 4 albums ready to go at all times.
Oh, I bet he does. Yeah,
put out an album.
I bet he does.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, but I love Midnight. Ever since literally the first time I heard them, which was way before his first album, just back when he was doing. Same with you, I'm sure. Back when he was doing compilations and EPs and demos and stuff. First time I heard one song, I was just like, "Yep, this sign me up."
Yep.
And never turned back.
All right. Actually, I'm gonna go grab a beer.
Sure.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. I wish I had a beer.
Keep Simon in line.
Yeah, Simon, you better watch it, dude. Yeah, guys, I can't see it. I can't see the chat, so I apologize if anyone says anything. I can't. Yeah, any fans of the new Midnight? Still, like I said, still getting into it. That song, the track 10, FOAL, awesome. Awesome song.
Yeah, I don't have any old lady drivers. They're always a band I was aware of, but
yeah, I mean, I like their early stuff, the grindcore stuff. I like it. I'm not a huge grind fan, but fans of grind are like that's top tier grind for most people. So I definitely won't take away from that.
Let's see. I went through some stuff here. I'm just looking to see if you had anything to say about any of these, maybe. Morbid. What do you think about Morbid Saint?
I haven't heard the new album, but I fucking love Morbid Saint. That's an all-time classic for me.
Yeah, I was saying.
Love the shit out of it.
I wish I'd heard it when it came out. You know what I mean?
Me too. That death thrash, that like mid-90s death thrash, I love that shit.
Yeah.
Like Demolition Hammer, stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I know I should have
bullying.
Simon, we gotta team up and try to kick Scott out of his own stream.
I mean, usually I do it myself with my shitty technology, but it's held up this time.
I mean, if we're playing wrestling rules, I gotta stab you in the back.
Yep. Simon runs out and gives you a briefcase full of money, and then you hit me with a chair.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I showed these. You into Departure Chandelier at all?
I don't have any of it, but I'm really impressed with what I've heard. I've wanted to pick that up.
Yeah, this is the kind of offshoot band Venusberg Cardinal.
Okay.
Which was recorded in the same sessions as all that Departure Chandelier stuff.
Okay, yeah.
A bit more stripped back, no keyboards or choirs or whatnot, but definitely in the same vein.
Okay.
Yeah, and then this was the new one that they actually recorded in modern times.
I've heard great things about that. I've heard
it's
awesome.
It's awesome. I'm probably gonna be in my year-end list.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm gonna have to order that.
Let's see. I shouldn't just go through everything I showed because people are here, but whatever. I just to show you, I got the new Coffins. Haven't listened to it yet.
Oh, I need that. I'm a big Coffins fan.
Yeah,
love Coffins.
All right. Well, it'll give Simon some more ammunition.
Yeah. They will.
No, I'm about to show him some more sad boy music.
Oh, there we go. Cure.
I had to get the deluxe edition of Wish by The Cure, 3-disc version.
Oh shit.
A lot of demos. Apparently, they released some cassette-only songs that are on here. So yeah, probably what people consider like the commercial high point. Maybe not the artistic high point of Disintegration, but really good album. And then
I haven't heard that yet.
Oh, okay. This is the one with Friday I'm in Love on it.
Oh, okay. Is it the whole album kind of in line with that song, or
no?
Okay, I wouldn't think so.
It's kind of the outlier.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not as miserable as Disintegration.
Right.
A bit more poppy, but yeah, a worthy Cure album for sure. And then I picked up this just because I'm a sicko and I didn't have it.
Cool.
The Cure live concerts. I think it came out in '95, maybe. Or I'm sorry. No, it came out in '84.
Whoops.
Oh, I meant '85. I said '95, didn't I?
Okay. I was like, okay, '90s, sure.
Oh, this was recorded on the Top tour. 40-minute live set. I don't know. I mean, it's nothing you gotta have, but it's
right.
Just kind of cool. I like, for bands that I'm into, I like hearing live sets from different periods.
Me too.
So
yeah.
It wasn't too expensive, so I snapped it up.
Yeah, I'm liking Cure more and more as I go. I'm still kind of delving. It's still testing the waters, but the really good Cure stuff I'm really impressed by. Coffins match.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Yeah.
The single version Friday I'm in Love. Yeah, I need to check that out. The thing I don't like about these, which I bitched about before, they don't have things like the single edits or even the B-sides. They're not on here. They're on a separate box set. All the B-sides are on a separate box set, and then like the single versions are on an even more separate like greatest hits collections. So I wish they just put everything on one release. It's kind of annoying to have everything spread out, but whatever. That probably wasn't their idea or doing.
Probably not.
Yeah, I agree, Keith. I think Disintegration's a better album, and I think most people would agree with that. But yeah, it's still a good one. All right. Yeah, I think my stack's getting a little small, so if you want to show some more in there, really?
Yeah. Okay, so we got the everyone, of course, will be talking about this. I've only listened to it once so far, but the new Judas Priest album. It's pretty damn good. I've on one listen, I don't think it's amazing. It's definitely worth buying. I enjoyed it. I'm still soaking it in. I love Judas Priest. Here's the back cover, which is really cool. I love Judas Priest. I wasn't a huge fan of Firepower. I thought it was good, but I don't know. I didn't love it as much as most people, and I'm kind of feeling that with this album too. Like I like it, so far I don't like it as much as most. But it's, you know, for a band that's been around since the early '70s, it's pretty damn good. I mean, I don't know what else someone could possibly expect.
Yeah.
I'm a little hard on them for some reason, but yeah, no, it's definitely good. If any Judas Priest fan could buy it and you know, be happy with it, it needs more listens.
I think I don't know. The more I listen to it, the more I don't rate it as high.
Yeah, I'm kind of afraid of that myself.
The first listen, I was like, oh fuck yeah! I mean, this is number one album of the year. And then as I listen to it more, it's like I start to notice things like Panic Attack has like that turbo mechanical noise in it, and then like the bridge is the exact bridge from the song Painkiller.
Yeah,
it felt like very constructed. I don't know, and whatever, they can do whatever they want, but
yeah.
As I listen to it more, I mean, I don't dislike it. It's good.
Yeah,
the songs are cool, but I don't know. It's kind of falling in my ranking as I listen to it more. Where the Bruce Dickinson album is raising, so I don't know.
Oh, I need to get the Mandrake Project. Yeah. And then I got another death metal band that's got a lot of hype these recent years. Skeletal Remains. I've always liked this band. They're still pretty young guys. They've been slogging around in the underground for quite a while now. I think over 10 years, and they've just been getting more and more, more and more attention, I guess you could say. They're on Century Media now and have been for a little while. It's just great. Like what I like about this band is, there's so many bands out there doing, like the incantation worship and stuff like that. But the Skeletal Remains, they're more like Morbid Angel and Pestilence, style death metal. And yeah, if they'd have been around in the early 90s, they probably would have been, one of the greats. But good album. Then I got another new release. I kind of blind bought this because a friend of mine told me he really liked this band, Gray Skies Fallen.
Oh yeah.
Have you heard? You know this band?
From I want to say the late 90s.
Yeah,
that's the same band.
I think I bet that's because it looks like they started like mid 90s or so, and
yeah,
I guess they kind of had they got some attention earlier on, and then they kind of like, I don't know, they've steadily released stuff, but I think they're one of those bands that have had some gaps. Okay. But this is really good. I think it just came out a week or two ago. I used to be really into like the melodic kind of somber doom death stuff. But that sound was kind of really popular for a while there, and I kind of got tired of it, and so I haven't heard a band like this in a while, and so I'm since I kind of stopped listening to stuff like that, it's been a nice kind of return to this sound. But they also have a unique, like, they don't just sound like all those melodic doom death bands. They kind of have like I hear a little bit of Agalloch maybe in the sound, just a little bit.
Okay.
And so, yeah, if My Dying Bride kind of, met with Agalloch somewhere in the middle, I guess you could probably say that's, maybe a little Catatonia in there too. It's just really good, really damn good.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I want to say, I I saw them.
You might.
They were one of those bands that was always like at the Milwaukee Metal Fest.
Okay.
I'm looking at the album covers. I definitely recognize the album covers.
I think they're a New York band.
Okay.
One of those bands where they've had members that have done stuff. One of those kinds of bands.
Gray Skies Fallen, right?
Yeah, I'd recommend it. If you like stuff like Daylight Dies and My Dying Bride and Catatonia and stuff like that.
Okay.
But they don't sound like a carbon copy of any of those bands. They really do have like their own sound.
Yeah, I'm surprised if you just brought that name up, I would be like, oh, didn't they put out like one album in the 90s? I had no idea they were still going. That's cool.
Yeah, they had a couple albums. Let's see. What does Metal Archive say? I think they had a big break, maybe.
Yeah, 99. Well, it says they never had, albums in 99, 02, 06, and then nothing, an EP in 10 and 12.
Okay.
Full length in 14. So yeah, big gaps between albums.
And yeah, so
I mean, I'm
figure-
sure they're all, they probably have full-time jobs and whatnot. And...
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, and they're on Profound Lore Records now, so that will give them some, that'll give them quite a bit of attention and exposure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. And so here's one that I doubt anyone watching this will care much about, but I'm curious to see if anyone does. Smashing Pumpkins, Melancholy, and the Infinite Sadness from, I think,
Yep.
96 or something like that. 95, I don't know. I've owned this album like 3 times over the years. One of my favorite albums of all time, really. I love the early stuff from this band. So this is their big 2-disc, super huge, double kind of epic album. It's got some hits, it's got some hits like Tonight, Zero, Bullet with Butterfly Wings. Yeah, always loved it. So it's nice to have it again. I still have the discs from when I originally bought it years ago, but I lost the case. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to have the case, so I rebought the album. And,
yeah, I have a King Diamond album that I don't have the booklet for because
unacceptable.
I was writing for a magazine, and I bought this. It wasn't sent to me as a promo. I bought it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to write a review of it, and the magazine's like, "Oh, can you send us the booklet to scan?" I mean, this was in the 90s. So I was like, "All right." And I sent it, and then the magazine went out of business, and I never had my booklet. So I got to rebuy it at some point.
Oh, that's bullshit. What album was it?
Voodoo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Voodoo's not bad.
It's all right.
I think all King Diamond albums are good. Some are better than others.
Give Me Your Soul, Please. I think would be the sole exception. I think it's kind of bad, but
yeah, I haven't listened to that in so long. I'd have to re-listen to it. All right,
sorry
so one more. No, that's fine. My last one. Kind of an oddity.
Okay.
Vangelis. It's a compilation. I bought it. It was cheap, but I buy everything. I love Vangelis. It's got stuff that he's done on soundtracks, but it also I mostly bought it because there's some unreleased stuff on here. But it's got some stuff from like his movies that he worked on, like Chariots of Fire, Blade Runner. But I had never heard the unrecorded tracks, so I bought it. Bought it for that reason. This is from I think it's from the 90s, but yeah, nothing mandatory. But I'm just a huge Vangelis fan, so I buy everything he's done. I try to buy.
The only thing I have is an album he did with John Anderson.
Oh yeah, John and Vangelis. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they did a couple albums together.
Okay.
It's cool stuff.
I'm going to be reporting Simon to Google Police because I'm being body shamed now.
Oh shit.
That's unacceptable, Simon.
Yeah. That's bullying, Simon.
That is bullying. And words are violence.
Yeah. I'm going to grab something real quick. I'm going to grab something
no problem.
I've been meaning to.
David loves Vangelis. I'm not very surprised. I need to listen to that. I'm not sure I ever listened to it. I grabbed it because John Anderson was on it, and it might just be sitting on a shelf now.
Cool. Good to see someone else likes Vangelis. I'm a big fan. R.I.P.
I didn't even know he passed away.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll show one I haven't listened to, so I can't really talk about. I guess I can talk about the band in general. Moonblood with Conquering the Ravenlands. This one, as you know, Moonblood has been officially releasing everything because almost all their stuff was just bootlegs.
Yeah.
For all these years.
Mm-hmm.
And what do they have, like 20 rehearsal tapes or something? And
at least.
Some of them are like a lot of these are 2 discs because they won't fit on 1 disc.
Yeah.
This is one that. So anyway, I would grab them as they come out because they're limited. Who knows if the limitation, if they're just going to make more, but while they're available, I try to grab them.
Yeah.
And Hell's Headbangers had a batch, like 3 or 4 that had come out, and they got them in. So right away I go to order them, and before I can complete my order, this one was gone.
Damn.
and this is probably 6 months ago. And then they got it back, and then I missed it again. So I ended up ordering this on eBay from Miami Metal Merchant.
Cool.
Who I'd never ordered from before, but
he's got a good store. Good.
He's got a good store. His store is so good, I almost felt like it was fake because he always has everything.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I didn't even know that that's who this was when I ordered on eBay, and it came and they had this like Miami Metal Merchant card on it.
Okay.
So now I know it's real.
Yeah.
So I have this now. I have another. I don't know if you can see the parental advisory here. Let's see if I can. This mirroring is fucking.
Oh yeah, that I have
parental advisory, poor sound. Yep, they are all poor sound.
I have one of those CDs too with the
they
same
all sound like
advisory.
Shit.
Yeah, yeah,
that's part of it.
Yeah, Moonblood are great.
Grass me up for big tit. What? I don't even know what that means.
I don't either. Explain, Simon.
You and your silly UK slang. It's not even real. You just made something up. Oh, okay. I think I listened to some clips online, Keith, of Aphrodite's Child.
That is one of my favorite albums of all time. That 666.
Oh yeah, you showed it, right?
Yeah, amazing album. Just fantastic. Yeah, I love it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Simon he inserted me into a compromising situation on an album cover. That's what he was talking about.
Okay.
Oh, when you're on top, everybody's just throwing rocks at you, trying to knock you off, right?
That's true. That is true.
My vast YouTube empire. All right. Now, I'm gonna probably cause people to unsub. I've had this for a while. Finally broke it out. This is the 30th anniversary edition of the Angel Witch self-titled album.
Yeah.
It's got Friday Rock Show Session, their demo, Baphomet from the Metal for Mothers comp, and then a bunch of singles.
Hell yeah.
I know this is considered maybe the highlight of the new wave of British heavy metal. I don't know, man. I like it okay.
Same here. It's not one of my favorites. It's kind of,
It's a little too boogie for me. I don't know. I just like the song Angel Witch is cool. Confused is cool.
Yeah.
But then like Extermination Day, it's not on the album, but that was the song I was familiar with for the longest time because it was on the comp Lars put out.
Oh yeah.
The 79 Revisited.
Yeah.
And I always thought that song sucked. Like it was one of the worst songs on that comp.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I know people love this. Aaron the Metal Theologian, I know he thinks the singles are awesome, but not so much the album. And I don't know, they're kind of all run together to me.
I like it, but not as much as like the first like Cloven Hoof album and a couple others. Yeah.
So I don't know. I have it. I'm not sorry I have it, but
no,
I don't think I'm be busting it out much either.
Yeah, that's fair.
So probably not a popular opinion, but that's all right. I'm used to that.
I'd much prefer Satan as well. I like Satan more than Angel Witch.
I do too, and I'm not as high on Satan as other people are either.
I love Satan, especially their comeback albums. I thought have been fucking phenomenal.
Okay. I don't know. You want to bury deathcore for a minute?
Oh shit! You got a deathcore album, huh?
I got 2 deathcore albums.
Woo! Oh boy.
I did not intentionally get either one of them. They were sent to me free in an order.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Oh, Jason. Oh no! Oh no! Jason just unsubbed, I
think. That's the risk you take when you talk about deathcore.
I know. No, he's about Angel Witch.
Oh no, okay.
He's a big Angel Witch fan. He actually just showed like some of the follow-up Angel Witch albums, which I never even bothered with.
Honestly, the other albums were really good too. Like the second and third Angel Witch albums, they're really rare because they've never been repressed. I think they're better than I don't know. Not a lot of people seem to like them. I think they're good.
Okay. I don't know. I might just need to come back to it. I just have always not been as high on them as other people. But yeah, so I have in my hands the first Whitechapel album.
Oh, I remember that band. They were huge.
What's it called? Fucking Nonsense Garbage.
Yeah.
The Somatic Defilement. So what pisses me off, besides the shitty music, what pisses me off about Whitechapel the most is they seem to be the most like pseudo-intellectual band ever.
Oh, of course.
They definitely bust out the thesaurus and look for the biggest words with the most syllables.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know. I don't think they're as smart as they think they are.
I saw them live one time. They were pretty annoying.
The other one is the first Annotations of an Autopsy album.
I've heard the name.
I took notes on these, but really, like, it's pointless. They're exactly what you think they are.
By the numbers, deathcore.
By the numbers. There's your breakdown. Here's your pig squeals.
Oh yeah.
Just so I don't know. I don't get this genre at all.
I would guess just by going by that album cover, I would guess that's deathcore, maybe leaning a little bit more towards death metal than the core, but
I guess a little brutal death metal, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I will say that deathcore generally I don't find as annoying as slam, but that's about all I can say about it.
I like some slam stuff, but
Do you?
yeah.
Okay.
More what like slam brutal death metal from time to time. I enjoy it.
So I will instead of actually talking about the music on these, because I think it's just it's exactly what you think it is. There was a video for Whitechapel that was on Headbangers Ball, like right before Headbangers Ball ended.
Oh yeah.
And it was from this album. It was from the first album. I don't remember what song it was, but I'm watching it like, okay, whatever. Then it ends. Then this fucking dork who looks like he had fetal alcohol syndrome. With his like gauge earrings, and
oh no. He
comes up to the camera and goes, Whitechapel, best fucking band in the world.
Oh no.
If you don't listen to Whitechapel, I don't even know what to say about you.
Like, oh no.
So now whenever I think of deathcore, I think of that fucking dork.
Yeah.
Who's probably in prison.
Yeah.
Or dead from huff and glue or
yeah.
So that's part of it too, the fan base.
Yeah.
And whenever I hear about people who are talking against gatekeeping, I think of that kid and I was like, no, we need more gatekeeping. We need people like that out.
Yeah. Not for me.
Yeah, so I buried some deathcore, so I'm sorry about the Angel Witch, you guys. Simon, I bet you love deathcore. That's your favorite.
Yeah, nothing.
I bet you have a Whitechapel tattoo.
They were so popular too. I don't hear about them as much anymore, but for a while there, they were just on top of the world.
Yeah. Are they still together? They may be. I don't know.
I don't hear about them nearly as much these days, but I remember hearing about them all the time for a while.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm being a sensitive bitch while I'm complaining about people, but like seeing this fucking little kid who has been into Whitechapel for 2 months, start dropping his knowledge on me and telling me that they're the best band. I'm like, fuck off.
Oh yeah. Oh god. It's frustrating.
Whatever.
Yeah. Indeed.
So I don't know. I think these, Simon, since you love deathcore so much, these might be going in your VCLT.
You got to do something with them.
Along with El Victoria. All right. Yeah. Go ahead there, Eli.
All right. This album I picked up a while ago, and I just kind of forgot about it. Cool album. I always liked it. If anyone likes Necrophagia, you might want to check into Haxon. Yeah, one-off black metal band that Killjoy from Necrophagia did. I can't remember who else plays on this, but it's just really good, primal, just black metal basically. I think it's awesome. It's like anything Killjoy does, obviously, is going to be very old school and primal, and that's what it is. Like black metal with like Hellhammer and Celtic Frost influences. I think it's fantastic. And then I got. Have you heard it? No, go ahead.
I do. I have heard it. I have it.
Oh,
that
you
was
have it?
one of
Okay.
those that was like, Hell's Headbangers does that. 10 CDs for $50.
Yeah.
That was one of those like I needed 10. And I was like, all right, sure, expecting nothing.
Yeah.
And then I heard it. I was like, holy shit, this is awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
Because I'm not
metal.
like the later Necrophagia. I'm not even that into. So I was very surprised how much I liked it.
Yeah. I always like Necrophagia. I like some of their later stuff, but I haven't heard all of it. Yeah, this is just cool black metal, super simple and primal, and I love it actually. I just think it's a really good listen. And then so I mentioned Agalloch earlier. I've always liked Agalloch. This is a project from Don Anderson from Agalloch Sculptured.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, this is one of their earlier albums, I think. They didn't do a lot of stuff, but The End Records. I haven't heard this in a long time. I remember liking it. It's, I don't know what you'd call it, black death metal. I don't know, kind of classy sounding.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it in forever. I really liked it at the time.
Yeah.
I know they did. Is that the one where they did like some atonal stuff on there?
I can't remember for sure.
There was another N band at the same time that also started with an SC that I can't remember the name of, that I kind of sometimes mix them up.
Yeah.
Actually, Sculptured put out a record. Let me look it up. It was very recently.
If I would compare this to anything, and it's been a long time since I've heard it, I'd say maybe early Opeth, I think, would be a comparison I'd use.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't. I need to go back and revisit that. Those early to end albums, I had almost all of them and liked them at some point. Yeah, Sculpture put out a full length in 2021.
Yeah, I remember that. I haven't heard it.
I haven't either. Oh, Andy Winter's on it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, holy shit. Okay. Yeah, I gotta check that out.
Yeah. Yeah, from what I remember, a very cool album, but I haven't heard it in so long. But I bought it because I found it out in the wild, and I was like, oh, I'd love to revisit that. So yeah. And in my quest to get all the King Crimson stuff, they have tons of releases. Not that many full lengths, but tons of like oddities. And so I got this EP, Dinosaur, it's called. Okay. Just released on their label, or on Robert Fripp's label. So this is from back in '95. 90s King Crimson's actually pretty damn cool. So it's got material from let's see. This was recorded during the sessions of the Vroom album. So it's got some stuff that made that album, and then it's got some odds and ends. But yeah, just the EP. I think 90s King Crimson is actually pretty great.
No, you showed. Wasn't there like an oversized 2-disc set from King Crimson that there's a ton of them? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What are those?
Those they've been putting out like a lot of live stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, lots of live stuff. They're such a good live band that they're one of the few bands that I'll continuously like pick up live albums, even though I already have like a stack. Just one of the best live bands I think of all time. Just yeah, there aren't many bands where I'm like, oh yeah, I need 5 live albums from them, but they have like, I don't know, they have so many live albums. I think that's what you're thinking of though.
Okay.
Yeah. I would definitely recommend anyone who likes King Crimson and doesn't have any live albums. I'd say at least pick up one, because it'll blow your mind for sure. Then I've got I don't have a lot of Trouble stuff, but I picked this up kind of randomly. Run to the Light. I think this is their like third. Let's see, third. I think it's their third album. I am 1987. I'm not the biggest Trouble fan, but every time I go back to like those first 2 albums, they're pretty incredible.
Yeah, they're a band I forget about for years at a time.
Yeah, me too.
But then I go back and I'm like, what the hell? Why am I not listening to this all the time?
Dude, yeah, their debut album, I think, is one of the best metal albums ever, really.
Yeah.
Then you have The Skull, also really damn good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is their third album. So I don't know. I've just ignored it for all these years. I picked it up. It's awesome. I think it's on par with those first two albums. And last one for now. We're talking about Bruce Dickinson. I don't have all his solo stuff, but I'm trying to get it over time. But never heard this album, Accident at Birth. What do you have it?
Yeah, it's good. That's the first one with Adrian Smith, right?
I don't know. Is he on this?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 1997. Yeah, I like Bruce's solo stuff. I've only heard like half of it, but figured I had to pick it up.
Yeah, that is kind of rebounding from Skunkworks.
Okay.
Which wasn't that well received. I mean, I think it's decent.
Yeah.
And then the Chemical Wedding after that, which
everyone loves that album.
Kind of agrees is probably his masterpiece.
Totally. Yeah, Chemical Wedding's fucking awesome.
Let's see. What have I got? I'm kind of out. Well, I've got one thing. Or one subject.
Attack from Down Under picked up. Oh, yeah, Discipline, King Crimson. Fantastic album.
Nice.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm still working through mine. I picked up a bunch in Montreal and kind of have it at the ready when I'm in the mood. You know what I mean?
Yeah, King Crimson are kind of slowly becoming one of my all-time favorite bands.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, have you heard of this band, Psycho Punch?
No.
They kind of came out around the Swedish hard rock boom in the 90s, like the Helicopters were the big ones, and then there was Glucifer from Norway, Turbo Negro from Norway.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, kind of in that vein, hard rock with maybe some punk edge. Cool. I had just a promo of this that was sent to me for review. The second album called Bursting Out of Chucky's Town. And not very sleazy. I'm sorry, guys, but
I like it. That's a cool cover.
About the best I can do.
Yeah.
But yeah, just super catchy rock. 10 songs. It's like 30 minutes. Just boom, 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 boom. All the songs stick in your head. So I had this, shitty cardboard sleeve version of this for years, and they reissued it with a bonus disc of like B-sides and whatnot, and finally found it for a good price on eBay, so was able to grab it.
Cool.
I think I got like 10 albums, of which I have like 4, so I'm always out for them. But this is the debut with the concise title, "We're Just as Welcome as Holy Water in Satan's Drink."
That's a great title.
And a little bit here. Get Simon all charged up here.
Oh.
Yeah, let's go.
That's a cool layout.
So bonus disc on this is their demo, and then some re-recordings they did later. So I grabbed that. Amazon had their latest album cheap, so I grabbed that. Haven't gotten to it yet, but
that's a cool cover too.
Yeah, it's a lot of girls on the cover, a lot of tough chicks on motorcycles and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so and now whenever I see any of their stuff for a good price, I try to grab it because it tends to be not super available over here.
Oh, okay.
And they had this 7-inch cheap, so I grabbed that too. I just like that cover.
That is cool.
So that is my additions to the Psycho Punch collection.
Cool. I got to check them out.
Yeah, that's kind of it. Well, I showed everybody this. I'll just get your input. Are you into Dire Straits at all?
Not too much. I kind of like that one album they did. Like that album they did that was like almost prog. What's the one with I think it's got lightning on the cover.
Oh, Love Over Gold.
Yeah, I thought that album was really cool. It's like their prog, kind of like their prog album. I enjoyed it.
Yep. Telegraph Road's on there, and I already gushed about how much I love that song.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is a kind of a reissue set, but with an unreleased live show, and then this the albums that had already been issued have like bonus stuff on them. So,
oh, cool.
I friggin' broke my vow to stop rebuying shit and
Yeah.
got
It's
it.
hard.
It was a decent price. Also, breaking my vow, they're reissuing Talk by Yes.
Oh, okay.
Which is probably my favorite Yes album.
I like that album a lot, actually.
So yeah, they're putting it out with a disc of, I think, like remix and B-side versions of things, and then a full live show.
Oh shit.
It's probably going to be too much. I think it's like $60 is what it's looking like it's going to be, but I don't know, man. It's my favorite Yes album, and I never thought it would get a reissue, so I kind of want it.
Is it only going to be on vinyl, or?
Oh no, there's a 4-disc CD set. That's the one I would get.
Okay.
But it is being reissued on vinyl too, just not with the live show.
Man, I wouldn't mind picking that up, actually.
Yeah, so I'm out. I got a couple movies here. If you want to.
Okay. You want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I have like two more stacks.
Okay.
5, and then I think after that I have like 7 more. So, I've been kind of getting into Napalm Death because I've always loved them. So I picked up their last full length, Throes of Joy in the Jaws of Defeatism. It's awesome. I haven't opened my CD copy yet, but I listened to it online and I thought it was actually pretty fantastic. This came out back in 2020. Then I got I decided to kind of see what Smashing Pumpkins have been up to, like post return. So this is their most recent album from last year, and it is pretty much hated by every single person that's heard it. It's called Atom. It's a 3-disc album, so it's like over 2 hours long.
Holy shit!
I've only listened to the first couple tracks, and I thought it was all right, but I haven't listened to the whole thing, and from what I've heard, it's just a complete disaster of an album. Way too long and way too self-indulgent, and we'll see, I guess.
Who is it besides Billy now?
This is actually 3 of the 4 original members that play on this album.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. It had been Billy. Obviously, he's the only one that stuck around. Jimmy Chamberlain, the drummer, he kind of comes and goes. But other than that, it's pretty much been the Billy show for a long time. Right. Yeah. I don't know.
I just was that meme going around of him on stage eating chips.
Are you serious?
Like him back on the amplifier, he's got like a little setup where he's got like some chips and dip, and he's just sitting there eating chips during the show.
What the fuck? Like you can't wait until the show's over to have your snacks.
He's Billy fucking Corgan. He don't gotta wait for nobody.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow. And then he's have you heard of his wrestling ventures?
I have. Yeah, I know that he owns one of the wrestling promotions.
Oof. It is a chore. It is a chore to try to get through. I do not watch it.
Oh, okay.
He's always wanted to run a wrestling promotion, so
that's true. You got to give him some credit for that, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, then I got this band I saw live a couple weeks ago, Zoth. Pretty cool American like technical death metal band with a little bit of like black and thrash and stuff like that. Okay. I think this is their most recent album. I could be wrong. It's from 2023. Cool band. I really enjoyed watching them live. They're I don't know what you would really call their music. It's like I guess if you like Nocturnus, you'd probably be into this.
Okay.
Like sci-fi themed, technical death metal. Kind of unique sounding. Like they don't sound like any one band. They got very nerdy and sci-fi type lyrics, and they were fun live. Lots of like narrations and stuff, and pretty good. Then I got I've only heard this band kind of bits and pieces over the years, but I liked it enough to pick this up when I saw it out in the wild. Ophis came out in 2007. Stream of Misery. Haven't heard this in a long time. Really good doom death metal from what I remember. Not so much like the melodic doom death, but just doom death. I don't know. I got to really listen to it. I really liked it the last time I heard it, and It's been years. Let's see. I'm gonna look them up real quick because I can't remember. Oh yeah, they're from Germany. Been around since 2001. This is their debut from 2007, and pretty well liked doom death band, but I haven't heard it in a long time.
Phone is a webcam, and now it's ringing. Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay. Someone calling you?
Yeah.
Oh geez.
I never get phone calls, and I've gotten 2 during this.
Yeah, same here. I rarely get phone calls.
Yeah, David, sorry I missed that. The Skull and Run to the Light from Trouble. He just wanted to know that in the name so he could listen to him.
Yeah, Run to the Light. And definitely check out the first one. If you haven't heard Psalm 9, it's fantastic.
What have I pulled out some movies I bought during Black Friday.
Ooh, sweet.
So we'll start with oh, I'm not on camera. I'm still trying to learn these freaking controls.
Yeah.
Okay. Lone Wolf McQuaid, you into this?
Chuck Norris, hell yeah.
Chuck Norris versus David Carradine, the fucking Battle of the Titans.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's a good movie.
Man, I love this. It's not, I mean, it's kind of trash, I guess.
It's classic. It's classic.
My dad took me to this. This was like the first real action movie I ever saw.
Oh,
and I just couldn't believe it. Like freaking people shooting each other with Uzis and then karate battles and
oh yeah,
hot chicks.
That was a canon film, right?
I think so.
I thought so. I could be wrong.
This one says MGM. I don't know. But if it wasn't a canon film, it should have been.
You got Chuck Norris wearing a sleeveless denim vest.
Oh yeah, look at that! Look at that, man. I mean, who could be? Goddamn! Try this mirror. There we go. What could be more manly than that? Come on.
Yeah.
Got a
I just
sweet
remember
beard.
the scene where he's got Uzis, like 2 Uzis, one in each hand.
Yep. And I like, as a kid, I think the only way you could identify with Chuck Norris is if you're like 8 years old, like I was.
Oh yeah.
Because the bad guys attack his daughter and her boyfriend and beat him up. Then they kill his best friend. Then they kill his girlfriend. But then they kill his fucking dog, and then it's on. That's what sends him over the edge.
Yeah.
All that other stuff.
Yeah.
You know, is an
He's had
inconvenience, but when they killed his dog, it's fucking on.
Yeah. They crossed the line eventually.
Yep. I mean, it's got Barbara Carrera, classic 80s hot lady.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not gonna be able to show her. Let's see. Remember her? Oh, you probably can't see her. Dana Kimmel. She was in a lot of TV shows, and then in the same year, she was the final girl in Friday the 13th 3.
Oh, that was her? Okay.
And she was Chuck Norris's daughter in this.
Okay.
And I was in love with her. Like, oh, she's so cute. And then kind of like never really did anything after that. It was just.
Oh, so she was in Dream Warriors.
Was she?
Is that's the third one, isn't it?
No, Friday 13th.
Oh, Friday. I'm an idiot. Friday the 13th. Yeah. Okay. So the third one. Who else is in the third one? I can't remember. Is that Kevin Bacon? Is he in that one?
No, the third one.
Okay.
It was the 3D one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So they, the kids go to the cabin, and then there's the biker gang that gets mad at them and comes.
Oh,
after
the
them.
Biker gang, yeah, because they knock their bikes over at the
3-person biker gang of the black lady, the white guy, and then the bald black guy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, we've all seen those gangs, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, they're all over the place.
Yeah. So added bonus for that one because it has one of my childhood crushes.
Yeah.
And I picked this up, the Go-Go Boys. Have you seen this?
No.
Speaking of canon.
No, I haven't.
So there was the what was the canon documentary called? Was it called Electric Boogaloo?
Yeah. I think so.
So at the end of that, they said they asked to talk to Golan and Globus for the documentary, but they wouldn't because they're making their own documentary, and that's what this is.
Oh, okay.
So I have not watched it yet. I thought they're such a kind of huckster, carny guys that it'd be fun to hear what they have to say about themselves.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
And let's see who's in this. Interviews with Van Damme, Michael Dudikoff, Boaz Davidson. I don't know who that is. Eli Roth. Archive footage of Stallone, Charles Bronson, and Chuck Norris. In the definitive documentary about Cannon Film. So I still need to watch this, but I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I'm sure it's fun. I liked that. The Electric Boogaloo one was. I've watched that like 3 times.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun for sure.
Yeah.
And then, bam.
Oh, Swamp Thing.
I love it. I don't think it's good, but I love it. Saw it as a kid again.
You have to see that as a kid, or you're not.
Gotta see it as the little kid, and
you're not going to appreciate it.
You know, they resurrected the comic book around this time, and I was buying the comic book, and I was just friggin' I was all in on Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Which then the comic book tanked, and they had to bring in Alan Moore to save it.
And the Alan Moore Swamp Thing comics were great.
Oh yeah. That was the perfect example of we're gonna cancel this book, so do whatever you want. Who cares? And then he's like, all right, how about I make it a classic?
Yeah.
So, but a funny thing about this has both the American and international versions on it, and the difference is Adrienne Barbeau's boobs are in the international version.
Oh boy.
She topless bathing in the swamp.
That's Wes Craven, right?
Yeah.
So
when this was originally on DVD, I remember seeing online some parent outrage because the kind of bare bones MGM DVD of this was the international version, but it said PG on it. So some parents had bought it for their kids, and all of a sudden we got some boobage.
Oh no!
So they're going to pull it from the shelves, and I raced out that day. I went to Media Play when that still existed, and they still had Swamp Thing on the shelves, so I bought it. So I had the international version on DVD. But
that's awesome.
Now I've got the Blu-ray. So, so yeah, you want to go?
Sure. Yeah, I'll show my last. I guess my last 7. Or how much stuff do you have left?
I just have a couple CDs left that I forgot about. So.
Okay, I'll just run through these 7.
Okay.
An all-time classic here that I've always wanted to own and never have: Anathema Serenades.
Nice. Yeah.
Peaceful Records 2003 reissue. Came out in '93 originally. One of the best Doom Death albums ever, in my opinion. Especially from that, the British early '90s British scene. I don't have a lot of Anathema stuff, but I really like the early Doom Death stuff, and I'm still waiting to get into their more modern stuff that I haven't really heard much of yet.
Oh, I would say Weather Systems is always my go-to of what to listen to. I think that's the pinnacle of their later era.
I've heard great things, so I don't know why I haven't gotten into it yet, but I'll get there. And then I showed you this a couple weeks ago because I was glad to finally get it because I didn't get it when it came out. Tony Iommi, DEP session. So this is
nice.
Tony Iommi with Glenn Hughes on vocals, and it's pretty awesome. I can't remember who else plays on this besides those 2. It's Jimmy Copley on drums. I don't know if I know who that is.
No, I don't.
And then on keyboards, you got Don Airey from Deep Purple. You got Jeff Nichols, who did a lot of stuff with Black Sabbath, and Mike Exeter, who I'm not sure who that is. But yeah, this is just really cool. I wish Iommi and Glenn Hughes would do more stuff together. Glenn Hughes is just one of the best singers of all time, and I don't know, surprisingly good, kind of grungy material, I guess you could call it, because it came out in '96.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. They have something else they did together too. I can't remember what that EP or something like that.
Is it Fused?
Yeah, Fused. Yeah.
Yeah, that's also worth getting. I don't know are those hard to find now?
Yeah, they're totally out of print. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're going to pay probably at least 20 or 30 bucks to
Right.
get them, but it's worth it.
Yeah. Divine Recordings. Yeah, they're out of business.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think Tony should repress those, but I don't know if he's in any hurry to do it, but
well, maybe they're putting out that box of 4 of the Tony Martin albums, and I guess he totally redid Forbidden.
So just 4?
It's Headless Cross through Forbidden. They didn't have Eternal Idol in there.
Oh, damn.
I don't know. Well, Eternal Idol was still like on Warner Brothers, right? And I think they're on IRS after that, so it's probably a rights deal.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know if it's worth it to me to spend $60 to hear a remix of Forbidden. I don't. Yeah. It's probably better, but I can't imagine it's that great.
Yeah, like I'm sure it's gonna sound better, but it's just even with better production, it's just not a very good album. So you can't save the songwriting really with better production.
Yeah.
But it's cool for people to pick it up that have been wanting that stuff for a long time and haven't been able to get it.
Yeah.
All right, then I got from Dying Victims Productions. I think it's a German label. They put out some pretty cool stuff from time to time. I don't have a lot of their stuff, but this band is called Savage, and I think they're like younger German heavy metal band. You get this little Obi strip type thing. This gives you an idea what it sounds like. Mean heavy metal from Germany, inspired by the 80s LA scene. And
so
yeah, it's kind of like Dokken meets Savatage, maybe something like that. Pretty good. And honestly, this might be kind of a hot take. I kind of prefer this to the new Judas Priest album, but the KK Priest.
I've heard that. I've heard that from other people too. I have not heard it yet.
I dig it. I thought their last album was all right. It was kind of a little bit too predictable and too kind of by the numbers. I feel like this breaks away a little bit better from that. So, I don't know. It's oddly good. This is more. It's more Painkiller-ish, Painkiller and maybe like Jugulator type stuff. It's more modern sounding than Priest. It's faster and heavier. It's just more kind of more in the direction that I like, because I love Painkiller's my favorite Judas Priest album. So I kind of prefer it to the new Priest, but I don't know how many people are going to agree with that.
I've definitely heard of that from other people. So
I have, oddly enough, I've heard a couple people say it too. I've been trying to pick up the Overkill stuff that I don't have. I personally don't think Overkill have a single bad album. Even their 90s stuff I think is pretty good. So I got Cover Kill from 99. This is just like covers and B-sides and stuff. I haven't listened to it yet. Looks like there's Motorhead cover, Black Sabbath, Kiss, Deep Purple. probably nothing mandatory, but I picked it up anyways. And then from 2005, Relics 4. Going by a title like that, I assumed it would be like a compilation or something, but it's not. It's just a studio album. Haven't listened to it yet, but I just love Overkill. They're one of the few like old thrash bands that I still kind of gravitate towards. And last but not least, something that I ordered months ago and I just finally got it from last year, Moonlight Sorcery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that the full length?
Yeah, Horned Lord of the Thorn Castle, it's called. And it's fucking awesome.
Now, how did you feel about the EPs?
I thought the EPs were good. I remember listening to the first one. I was like, I don't get the hype too much. And then the second EP came out. I thought it was a step up from that. And I think they're the best, thing that they've done. Have you heard it?
I have not heard the full length, no, but I've heard good things. Yeah, I listened to the EPs and I was like, man, I don't see myself spending $17 each for these 2 EPs.
Yeah, that's how I felt too.
But the prices seem to have dropped on them, and I know Hell's Headbangers has the new full length for a good price. So I'll probably grab that in my next order if it's still there.
Yeah, I would totally recommend it. This is some of my favorite black metal from the last couple of years. It's just like very melodic, kind of symphonic, esque. But they're from Finland, but they just sound unique to me. They don't sound like all the other Finnish bands. So I would say if someone like listened to those first 2 EPs and just thought they were kind of okay, I think this is much, much better.
Okay.
So yeah, I think they'll continue to be, a pretty hyped band, but they totally have lived up to it, in my opinion.
All right, I've got a weird one that I forgot about. I guess what's the code word we use? Controversial. Though this really isn't. It's Sternatus. The album's called Blaze Birth Hall. So this was a project in the early 2000s, and I'm not that well versed in Blaze Birth Hall stuff. So Caldred was in this project.
Oh right, yeah.
Of Branda Called, who he passed away, obviously.
Yeah.
So this Metal Archive says, while closely related to the Blaze Birth Hall, this project was not actively part of it. So he had this. It seemed like he was more like almost a session guy in this.
Oh, okay.
And then the main guy is named Moroth or something. So they did a demo in like 2000, and then this came out in 2022. Sorry, I'm just trying to cheat and look at Metal Archives while I talk about this. But so definitely in that Blaze Birth Hall vein.
Yeah.
Of kind of, pagan-y black metal. But yeah, I got this free and in order, and I heard what's that podcast, man? Terminus had talked about this and said nice things about it. So I was happy to listen to it. And yeah, it's really cool. I'm still just on my like second or third listen, but
I haven't heard
definitely worth hearing, especially I guess if you're into that kind of sound, that old pagan Russian sound.
Yeah, I mean, all controversy aside, I think Branda Called were pretty fantastic.
Mm-hmm. And if that kind of stuff is important to you, this appears to have no political affiliation whatsoever. But some people, if you know a guy or some guy was involved you don't like, then that ruins the whole project. So just so everybody's aware. Yeah. And then I picked this up. Winter Eternal. Have you heard of them?
No. Looks cool though.
It's I couldn't remember the name. Realm of the Ancient Winter is actually a compilation of their first 2 albums and their demo, and then it's got some bonus covers on it. I became aware of these guys. They put out an album through Hell's Headbangers. They're Greek. The touch of kind of the Greek, stereotypical Greek sound maybe, but they're more, I guess, in the dissection vein. This kind of super melodic, blackened death metal. I think they're billed as black metal, but I connect them more to like that dissection sound.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just really, really fun if you're into that kind of style. Like the covers, I
do love dissection. So yeah.
Yeah, just so you get an idea, they cover Night's Blood, the dissection song, obviously. Dawn of Flames from Gates of Ishtar, Diastolic Alchemy from Rotting Christ, and Grace by Torments from Limbonic Art. So that's kind of the area they're operating in.
Yeah.
And I really like the full length that Hell's Headbangers put out, and I guess they got a new one coming out. And then this was pretty cheap, basically getting everything else I didn't have. So
Winter Eternal?
Winter Eternal.
Cool. Yeah, I'll check it out.
I think basically a one-man project, or they're maybe a session drummer.
Oh, okay.
I don't quite remember, but it doesn't sound like a basement band or anything. It sounds like a full professional production.
Oh, okay. I'm looking them up right now so I can remember.
Okay.
Where are they from? Greece?
Greece, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, interesting. Oh, no, I'm looking at the wrong band. Black metal band, Winter Eternal. There we go. Yeah, okay. Looks like there were 2 Greek bands of the same name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
So the releases on here are self-titled and then Realm of the Bleeding Shadows.
I'm looking at their album Land of Darkness from 2021.
Yeah, that's the one I'd heard before this. Very, very good.
That's one of those albums where I like if I pick that up and I just going off the album cover and stuff, I'm probably gonna buy it.
Yeah, it's a little. I'm trying to remember that specific album cover now. Is that the one? It's a little childish looking.
Right. It definitely isn't perfect, and that's kind of what I like about it.
Yeah. But yeah, it also looks like a human made it too. So I guess in this day and age, we got to take that.
It looks like something Necrolord did when he was like 12.
Right.
and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, so that is all I got.
Me too.
All right. Well, man, I really appreciate everybody hanging out and chatting.
Yeah.
Hopefully I was able to not ignore the chat like I usually have. So
it's a challenge. It's a hell of a challenge.
Yeah, it's hard, man. I forget and then try to go back and but yeah, everybody, thank you so much. And Eli, thank you.
Hell yeah. Sorry I was late, but I'm glad I made it.
That's all right. Yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
So
it's fun.
Yeah, let's do it again, man.
Hell yeah. I'm down.
All right. All right, thanks guys.
See ya.
Catch you later. Oh, CM Punk's piss baby. I almost forgot.